Hey, what's up everyone? So welcome to a motivational Monday today. So today I'm going to be talking about some life experiences and how I've either been motivated or have used those life experiences to motivate myself. So some of you may or may not know, I actually started working like I guess a part-time job, you want to say, at about the age of 12. I would actually go around our hometown and I would dig through the trash cans and the dumpsters and stuff to collect aluminum cans and plastic bottles and stuff like that. It wasn't because we were poor, it was because I hustled and I wanted to have my own money. And so I'd go around, I'd collect cans. I'd make anywhere between $5–10 in a day. I didn't do it every day. I did it like mainly on the weekends or during summer vacation and stuff like that. But anyways, I wanted to buy things for myself. I wanted to be able to have money in case I did find something I wanted to buy for myself. And I went out and I hustled. That's the way I could do it at 12 years old. So, I mean, there was other ways, but that was like the biggest way for me that produced a lot of money. So as you can see, money was kind of a motivator there. Well, I ended up getting a job at a car wash. And the funny thing was, I was in their dumpster, and the guy came over and I told him, I was like, hey, I'm not trying to make a mess, I'll clean it up. He said, don't worry about it. He goes, how would you like the job? I said, sure, why not? So he ended up giving me the job to clean out the vacuums. And some of you may or may not remember the big metal tin can vacuums. I mean, they're still around today at some of the dollar washes and stuff like that, but he would have me clean those out. And the funny thing is I'd make like $1 to $2 a day cleaning those things out through all the spare change that people would just let get sucked up in there. And he would have me sweep the parking lot, and then he would have me clean the stalls. He would have me go in there and put a couple quarters in and clean the dirt or whatever out. But anyways, he gave me small tasks to do, and you know, I'd show up every weekend when I could, and I would work, and he'd give me $5, and at the time $5 was huge, you know. 12 years old, I think that was like 97, I want to say, or 98. $5 was a big deal. So when I got a little bit older, they actually started letting me work the line. I would wash the cars, I would accept money, I would dry cars, things like that. And eventually it transitioned to where I stopped working there and actually got a full-time job at 15 and a half during the summer vacation to work as an electrician, where I worked there for multiple years. But anyways, the thing I want to show you is motivation to make money ended up leading to opportunities for me to make more money or to gain more knowledge and insight about either being an electrician or washing cars or learning different things like that. I also learned people skills very young when I was working there, you know, to be polite, customer service, things like that. And sometimes what I would do with that money is I would take it and we'd have a food drive at school or something like that, and I would donate some of that money to buy food and, you know, donate that. So it was my way of giving back because I had been blessed with something through my hustle. And so whereas money can be a huge motivator, other things can be motivators as well that aren't money. One of the biggest times that I was motivated in my life was when I was having problems with alcohol. I was deep into alcohol, almost you could say a full-blown alcoholic. And it got to a point where I entered depression. Things were looking very bad. I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. I would go to work, I would come home, and either I would start drinking or I would think of ways to go out and hang out with people so that we could drink and other things, and just, you know, it was bad. It was to the point where alcohol was running my life. I wasn't running my life. And one day I woke up, and by the grace of God, he pushed me to start writing a book to get my feelings out. And whereas it was a science fiction book and it wasn't really me, it was just me portraying these feelings into a character, it really gave me a sense of relief and an outlet to get those feelings and to motivate myself to really just get it out there. And there's been a lot of people that I've talked to about this whole situation that happened to me years ago, and I use it as a way to share with people and say, hey, look, you hit rock bottom. Everyone can get to a point where they hit rock bottom. Not everyone does. Not everyone falls down that path, but some people do. And so what I do is I share this story to let people know that even when you do hit rock bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. So use that as a motivation to get yourself out of there. And I understand that sometimes it's harder than it looks or feels. You know, for me, like I said, I thank God every day that He brought me out of that and that He gave me the strength to get out of that. Now, we are much stronger than we lead ourselves to believe. And it's all about mindset. It's all about the way we think and believe. So motivation to do certain things begins with the belief that you can do it, and then you motivate yourself to move forward and do it. So those are a couple life experiences I really wanted to share with you guys. I know I talked about the second one in my video where I talked about my life, but I really wanted to tie it in with a motivation as far as you can self-motivate even when you're at your darkest, deepest hour. And it takes a lot, but that's the thing. Motivation at the very beginning of accomplishing something or trying to start something, that's where you need the most motivation. And I know a lot of people, it's hard to get through that first little barrier. But you know, for me personally, when I was in that scenario, what motivated me was I didn't want to be there anymore. I didn't want to be drowning in alcohol. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to move on with my life. I didn't want to turn out like somebody who ends up living homeless on the street. And I think that was the biggest motivation for me, is I didn't want to be homeless. I didn't want to be, in a sense, a loser. Even though I'm not a loser, and I don't think anybody in the world is a loser, I didn't want to call myself that. So that ended up being the motivation for me to get out of that. And I really want you guys to know that if you are struggling with something like that, there are people out there that can help you. Not to mention, you can help yourself by really wanting to make that change. If you're not ready to make it, I understand, but at the same time, why not start today? Why not motivate and believe in yourself today and move forward to something greater in the future? So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys got something out of this. Hopefully, you know, it inspires you guys or motivates you guys to look at something in your life and realize what motivated you to get out of it. Or maybe you're in something right now and what you can do to motivate yourself now. And maybe I gave you something to think about, because a lot of it is a lot of things that motivate me now are family. My family. I do the things that I do to help support my family, to keep us going, to have a better life for all of us. So maybe it's money, maybe it's friends, maybe it's, you know, just because you don't want to be a loser. And I'm not calling you a loser, because I felt the same way. So don't feel that way, because you're not. You're so much better than that. And there's so much more you can accomplish in life if you just believe it. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and God bless.